Welcome back to part 2. This is Out There with Dan. I'm Dan. In this video, I'll be reviewing my Snow Peak fire pit and giving a rundown of the market for these fire pits in Australia. No review I found talks about the specific materials these fire pits are made of. I'm going to cover important info not well detailed anywhere else. I'm really excited to share my thoughts on this one. Let's get into it. I bought this fire pit myself. It's the Takibi Fire and Grill, aka the Snow Peak fire pit. I bought it from Drifter in Gloucester in New South Wales in the Luke the Drifter combo, which came with the cooking and mounting attachments with it. A quick disclaimer, I checked the Drifter website in preparation for the video and there was no Snow Peak fire pit stock. If I inspire you to buy this fire pit, best to ask Drifter about the availability. Luke Sutton posts snippets on social media and everyone appreciates the inside scoop for Drifter in his business and also just the wider industry. He said that Snow Peak have an intention to come to Australia, but when they do, they're not going to be competing with our big stores. They're going to be setting up shop in, prime real estate in our central business districts, places like the Burke Street Mall and the Emporium in Melbourne, places like that. It seems that Snow Peak are targeting wealthy urban people infatuated with the idea of camping, rather than the masses that are actually getting down and dirty camping regularly. Thankfully, and luckily, there's people like me, a couple of socio-economic classes below, that are lining up for a quality fire pit that might last a lifetime. Snow Peak HQ is in Japan, where these fire pits are made. Japanese culture lends itself towards a strong manufacturing ethos. There is a certain pride and undeniable quality for most things made in Japan. The principal design of the fire pit, the way it folds up, the fact that it's made of one material, it's incredibly elegant, practical, convenient, and dare I say it, beautiful. Build quality and the materials that go into the Snow Peak fire pit are incredible. I really wish I was filming when I unboxed the thing for the first time, because when I first looked at it, honestly, the welding and the way it's been put together, it's a work of art, really is. I do though have a few things to critique. Snow Peak's core design is simple, but this bag is not. This trapezoidal shape at the top makes it really inconvenient to put it away. The fire pit itself isn't that light and you've got to manipulate it a certain way to fit in. It's just an extra step that, given the simplicity of the fire pit itself, it's just way too complicated. I think I speak for most bogan Aussies here when I say keep it simple, stupid, KISS principle. My daughter at the moment is learning how to put shaped blocks in this box, this toy we've got, and I've got an engineering degree and she must be smarter than me because I struggle with this thing. This bag is super sturdy, the canvas is super strong, it feels very heavy duty, but what's the point if you're going to leave it open at the top like this with just 2 clips holding it shut? You've got this massively strong bag and it's completely not waterproof. If they had a zip and a valance, it would be proofed for the backs of utes and general wear and tear when camping. Next up, this pocket. Although made of mesh, it is really strong, I'll give it that. But I don't think it's big enough. They could have made it bigger, and also they could have made it, secured it in and had a zip there. At the moment, it's not big enough, secure enough, or waterproof enough to be able to fit all our fire pit gear in there. My second criticism of the fire pit is how difficult the grill is to clean. You can see that it's got these bars and they overlap and they're really dense. You could do away with most of them pretty much and just have them running in one direction. Makes it really hard to clean because steel wool and stuff like that seems to just disintegrate as if this was a cheese grater. I think they've gone for a chrome coating rather than stainless steel because of the intricate forming and design. I don't think, maybe it's too expensive to get something like this made in pure stainless steel, I'm not sure. if they did have a simpler design with straight stainless steel bars, that simplicity would be in line with the fire pit's core design, but as it stands, I think this is an overly complicated grill for a very simple fire pit. Because it's so hard to clean, we tend to avoid cooking with sticky marinades and the like. We tend to stick to more basic things when we're grilling on it. I've read reviews online of people saying that their grill is rusting. I reason that because it's so hard to clean, people are using steel brushes and resorting to sort of excessive abrasion to clean them, and I think that's probably why they're rusting. So if the bars on it were straight, and if it had less bars and was a simpler design of stainless steel, you just wouldn't have that rusting problem. So that's my tip for Snopeak there. Stainless steel. I still love it though. I'm looking forward to years of use with it. Snopeak did not put a patent on their design, and you can judge that as however you like. Because it's such high quality material and Japanese labour is quite expensive, it's allowed this opportunity for savvy businesses to enter the market and compete really aggressively by offering a comparatively low margin product. This is a sensitive topic for some. They think that these are more or less, cheap Chinese imports. I don't really have a problem with it. This is the economy. This is how the world works. Snopeak have set the bar really high and kept a premium on their product, and more or less haven't put a patent on it. The rest is human nature. They're popular in Australia. There's an opportunity there, and people have capitalised on it. I'm taking a short interlude there. I just want to say thank you for watching this video. This is only my second video on the channel, and I've learned a heck of a lot already. It's my aim to make each video a little better quality than the last and continually improve. So thanks very much. I'm going to show a table of my research on these fire pits. I suggest you watch the video through, and if you're in the market for one yourself, come back, pause, take a closer look, and hopefully it can be something to help you figure out which one you want. The costs are all indicative only, and where I've had to make assumptions because I couldn't find the information on the website, I've noted that clearly. The Snopeak does not come with handles and latches to attach the fire pit to the base plate, and all the others do. It makes the fire pit easier to move around when in use. Having the Snopeak, I've never really missed this feature. I think without it, it keeps the fire pit more simple. I like that the Quokka 2 has a stainless steel base plate. The others are painted low carbon steel. The grills appears to be the lightest in weight. In general, the dimensions are similar for all of them, so I wonder about the variations in weight. Maybe they include different parts in that specified weight, or maybe the individual components vary, for example, sheet metal thickness on the fire pit body. Darchie's offering has a laser cut brand too, which will look really cool and backlit with flames, but I think it creates unnecessary weak points on the fire pit wall. The Drifter Stockton has a unique feet design they call the X feet, allowing full airflow underneath the feet, and therefore being an improvement on Snopeak's design, I think. They also offer a stainless steel mesh rather than cast iron, which the majority offer, and this is sold separately. If I was going to recommend another brand, it would probably be the Drifter Stockton. Two reasons. One is this X feet design I think is really clever and it's an improvement on Snopeak's. And secondly, they've got a Drifter and Drifter Stockton are two different businesses, but essentially the same people. They've got a lot of experience selling the Snopeak fire pits, so I figure if they've bought out one of their own, they're incorporating everything that they've learned about selling the Snopeak fire pits and all the problems in the market, and then they're basically coming up with what they think is a better option. So all that experience selling Snopeak surely would be a good thing. In general, looking at this list, it's clear there's not actually that much distinction between the competitors. Like I said, it's Snopeak versus the others, and then the difference between the others comes down to, really kind of minor differences, I think. Alright guys, on to the most important part of the video. I'm going to talk about what these fire pits are actually made of. The Drifter website says the Snow Peak fire pit is made out of 316 stainless steel, and there's various other places on the net that I've found saying the same. I contacted Snow Peak USA because my Japanese isn't that good, and they couldn't confirm 100% what it was made of, but I'm going to assume now that it's 316 stainless steel. The grill on others on the market are 304 stainless steel, and the body of the fire pits are typically 201 stainless steel. So what does this mean? 304 stainless steel is usually considered a general purpose stainless steel. It's used in things like building components, electrical enclosures, kitchen appliances, that sort of thing. Because the 300 series doesn't have any heavy metals in it, it's usually considered sort of a base level for food grade stainless steels as well by most standards. 316 stainless steel is usually considered marine grade stainless steel. It's used in things like boat components, pipes and vessels in heavy industry like pharmaceuticals, petroleum, chemical and food manufacturing, that sort of thing. Can you see the difference there to 304? 201 stainless steel was actually developed when there was a nickel shortage, nickel being a key component of stainless steels. It's used in applications where most of the time you want to say that it's made of stainless steel, but you don't really need that engineered performance that the 300 series will give. Perfect for something like a fire pit if you're trying to market it as a competitor to 316 stainless steel, but you want to undercut at a really aggressive price point. You can't substitute 201 for 316 in things like chemical manufacturing or boat components, but for a fire pit, which sort of isn't in that harsh environment all the time, you can, and it is in this application, in these fire pits. I hope most people get tens of years of use with whatever fire pit they've bought, but 316 stainless steel will last longer than 201 stainless steel in pretty much any application. A 201 stainless steel fire pit might last for years and years and years, but for those that want the guarantee, I think Snow Peak's the best bet. We decided on the Snow Peak after much deliberation, having not seen one in person and only seeing the Darche out of the others. There's many areas of our life that we choose not to buy premium things, but in this case, we've decided that the Snow Peak was right for us and we saw value in it. If we had to make this decision again, it would be a really tough call given the other offerings on the market. So with all that in mind, if you're looking to buy one of these, you probably need to look at how often you go camping. If you go out all the time, this thing's copping a beating, you want it to last a while, the Snow Peak might be a good idea. If you're willing to look after it, keep it clean, handle it well, then maybe one of the other ones will be perfectly fine for you. That's a wrap. This has been my review of the Snow Peak fire pit and a discussion about the market for these in Australia. In part 3, to come in coming weeks, I'm going to give my tips and tricks about how to get the most of this fire pit. Thanks again for watching. I'm honoured to have you on this journey. See you next time.